What is going on, guys? So earlier this morning, news broke out of Washington that the Skins were going to be releasing cornerback Josh Norman, right? And I got to be honest with you, I've always been a big Josh Norman fan. Even back in his days with Carolina, really breaking onto the scene in 2015 when the Panthers, made the Super Bowl, came to an MVP. That defense was dominant. Luke Kuechly, Ron Rivera, Thomas Davis. Everybody knows about that defense. Fantastic squad for sure. Ended up losing in the Super Bowl, obviously. But nonetheless, Norman has always been one of my favorite players in the league. I always liked how he kind of talked smack. Even though he was more of a zone cornerback, and he kind of, I don't want to say was restricted, but he was kind of just put on one side of the field. It wasn't like a Darrelle Revis situation where he would just, completely neutralize one member of the offense, right? Whether it's a tight end, whether it's a slot receiver, or a number one wide receiver, you could just say, hey, Revis, go cover him and go shut him down. And he'd do it. Norman was never up to that, I don't want to say that level, because he was never really asked to do that. It was more like scheme fit and stuff like that. But Norman was kind of more along the lines of a Richard Sherman, where it was, like I said before, a lot of zone, a lot of cover three, kind of just plays on his side of the field. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, Norman... Okay, really 2015, a lot of people were making the push that Norman was the best cornerback in the league. I wouldn't go as far as to say that, but I really like him. Okay, I really, really liked him kind of throughout his career, Carolina, Washington. But now he's getting released, okay? And obviously he's not the same player that he once was. He's not making Pro Bowls and this and that. Not dominant at the position by any means. I don't want to call him a seasoned veteran, but he's been around the league for quite some time now. And the Redskins are cutting him. Okay, they're releasing him. And it begs the question, knowing that the New York Jets are god-awful at corner, okay, just based off of last season, based off of injuries, and the play, specifically by Tremaine Johnson, right, $14 million just completely down the drain, should we make a move and try to target a Norman? I'll say this. If we target Josh Norman to be the number one corner of this team, which I think is unrealistic, I don't like it. I'm not really in the idea of giving this guy a ton of money or anything like that, because I do think he's well past his prime. I don't think he's going to return to a dominant level or anything crazy like that. But I'll say this. If we sign Josh Norman to come in and almost be a mentor, not like a Josh McCown, because Norman can still impact the game, right? He can still go out there and start and make plays. Not saying like we're going to sign him and keep him on the bench or anything nuts like that, but if we sign Norman, maybe as the number two guy to really, his main goal is to bring along the young guys, right? Say we trade back and we draft, a Trevon Diggs, a CJ Henderson, or maybe target a corner or two in the second and third rounds. Remember, we have 2 third-round picks this year. I would really like Norman in that role, right? Where he kind of comes in as cornerback number 2. We get rid of Tremaine Johnson. And then all of a sudden, the cornerback room is extremely young, right? With maybe a rookie corner. Obviously, Blessian Austin came onto the scene pretty, he was big time last season. Remember, he didn't play in a mini camp, or he didn't have a preseason. He got hurt in college, right? Didn't really have like that much offseason training. This guy came in and made an impact as a 6th round pick, a 7th round pick. Keep an eye on Blessian Austin, one of my favorite players on the team. But in any case, I would like Norman in that role, to where he can mentor the young guys, also by making an impact, but not where we're signing Norman and it's like, okay, well, you have to be the savior at the quarterback position. You have to go guard Michael Thomas. You have to go guard Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs. You have to go guard Kenny Golladay, right? Devontae Adams, whatever, all these good receivers in the league now these days. So I would like Norman at a lesser role, at a lesser price, in a perfect world. But that's just me. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Where do you think Josh Norman will wind up? Honestly, if I had to put a best fit, or like my free agent prediction, whatever, on Norman, if I had to predict the team, I'm gonna say, I hate to say it, but New England. I think he'd be a solid fit in New England. I really do. But in any case, I'll leave it there. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, thanks so much for watching, and go Jets.